Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes. Joining me tonight, I got the whole crew here. Even barbecue boy Scott Swiftwater Toney made it. First off, we're going to start with Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Doing great.
Doing great? You sure about that?
You know, it's just been a really rough week, and I've got cabin fever, and yeah, that's all I have to say. But happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right, it is. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I forgot about that. Dang.
And, you know, after my rough day and looking like a crazy woman, I came home and Shad made a very, very nice meal. Very good. I've got the best husband in the world.
Pretty cool. I've seen the pictures. That was pretty neat. I was like, there you go. That's pretty nice of him. Right?
He salvaged my crappy day.
He did. He put a little sunshine at the end of it for you, because what you was telling us pre-show is like, oh my God, what a day, Kathleen. What a day.
I don't like the doctor, and now they don't like me. It's in my file. It's in my permanent file.
Yeah, it is, right. It is in your file. That is wrote in there in block letters, probably.
I just don't know if I can show my face anymore.
Or you might have to just find a new doctor, right? One or the other. Hey,
I think so.
You can look at it this way. If you was frazzled today, next time just go in fixed up. They'll never know it was you.
Well, I was. You wouldn't have expected it, and I didn't expect it. It was just like, you know how, you know it's coming out, but you just can't stop it.
Try to hold it back, right?
Right.
And it's like, I just can't. I can't do it. or you know, it might work in your favor. Next time, everything might just be perfect.
They won't ask me to come in.
Either that, or it'll be like snap, snap. Everything will be perfect. It could work either way. You just don't know yet until the next time you have to go. So.
You know what? I always had a rule of thumb. If you see a lady's face looking like she needs to fart, she's getting ready to be really mad.
I just step back when they get them looks like that. It's like, she's going to blow, and I'm not going to be standing here.
My Mount St. Helens.
Nope. I'm stepping away.
Gonna happen.
And I ain't saying a word. Just let it roll. I know how them women are. They oh gosh. When they snap, they snap.
What are you saying, Tim?
I'm just saying, when women snap, they snap.
Yeah, we hold it in, and then it just comes out, and then you're like, "Oh my goodness, what happened there?"
Yeah, and
I think my frustration is showing through, where I just have not been out in the creek, and I'm really itching to go. I don't care how cold it is this weekend. If I can't get in the creek, at least I can camp next to it. Mm-hmm. I just need to get out of here.
See, and true prospectors understand that, because I'm sure there's probably a lot of them going through it. I don't know if they're going through it as bad as you, because you get it bad. Well, you know,
and I happen to look outside, and I'm like, yeah, it's definitely seasonal depression. Right.
Yeah, we went.
It's just gray outside all the time.
We went from freezing cold temperatures to crappy snow and ice to now it's gray and rainy, and it's like, okay, enough of this. Give us some sunshine a day or two, and that at least makes you feel a little better, right?
You know what? You're right.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I need to move to Arizona.
Right, where it's sunshiny and blue
It's sunny
skies.
There.
Sunshine.
Except right here they got rain today, but that's okay.
Well, Scott says it's cold. He's got to chill, so... Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I got a really big sweatshirt on, guys.
Oh, my.
He's probably got winter boots on, gloves, and a blanket.
No, I don't have boots with the fur, thank you.
Boots with the fur.
I can see him sitting around.
Apple-bottom jeans.
Yeah.
Now get this, though. There are girls around here that are wearing those boots with the fur, and I'm like, really?
Oh, my. In Arizona.
I'm talking 70-degree weather to 80, and these girls are walking around in these boots because it's winter. I'm like, man, whew, I couldn't do it.
They have no idea.
Just because they call it winter, they're dressed like that. They just don't have a clue what real winter is like, obviously, Obviously they don't. That's all I can say. Kathleen, I'm glad you're here. and you sound happy now.
Well, yeah, I'm going to get on a good note.
Right, and that's the way we like you. Happy, chipper, smiling, and laughing. Our Kathleen.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for being here. All right, also joining us tonight, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good. What's been happening, brother?
Oh, not much. Try not to get sick.
What kind of crap weather are you getting?
It's sprinkling out a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's warm, though.
It's warm, right. But
yeah, they're calling for 65 tomorrow, I think.
Oh, really?
65, yeah.
Oh, now see, that could cheer you up. And rain or sunshine?
Just rain showers.
Okay.
That's about it.
And that'd be enough to make you want to just play hooky from work on 65 degrees. Man.
I'm not ready to. Jeez.
Well, I got a 4-day weekend, so
oh, geez.
I got a lot of stuff I got to do this weekend, work in the garage and stuff. So,
Dredge still going good?
Yeah, I'm about done with it. I got to do a couple little small minor things to it, but other than that, I got my nozzle back and I got my other riffle set back, so I think I'm going to cut that down and get it ready to put in.
Okay.
So I have a spare riffle set.
You ain't been building no boxes, have you?
No.
Oh, okay. I meant to ask you.
No, I need to actually build one miniature high banker for me for down in Virginia.
Gotcha.
So when I get out of Virginia, I'll have one because some of the areas down here you can't use powered equipment, so I'd have to use a pump.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. But yeah, I meant to ask you that the other night, and I forgot. I said, I got to ask Rich if he's working on any equipment, doing any builds.
Get some more metal and stuff. But
oh, cool, brother.
Hey, Rich, I forgot to tell you, you know that paint job that you have on your box?
Uh-huh.
I had a tattoo artist say that was pretty sweet.
That's a compliment.
That's one of my guys I work with. He does that on the side.
Oh, okay.
He does motorcycles and cars and all that kind of stuff. So,
see, that's a compliment right there.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Way to go. Don't forget about that Dress Up Your Dredge contest, too. That's right.
That's right.
Now, hey, does that go for dry washers, too?
Yep, sure does.
Ooh.
So dress up your dry washer.
All right, for you
Dress
guys
up your
out,
puffer.
yeah, right. For you guys out there in the sand, hey, paint it. It's plastic.
That's right.
It'll paint.
Jazz it up, man. You can use that Krylon plastic paint. That stuff works awesome on plastic.
Mine was plastic.
Yeah. See?
My crash box was plastic.
Yeah, they could put special stuff in it to keep it from cracking. So that's
well,
cool.
if you put the overcoating on it, the clear coat, just put 2 or 3 levels of it on it, you should be really good to go.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. We'll find out.
I say
unless you're in Arizona or Nevada, then the sun will just kick the crap out of it.
Right.
Oh, he made a cover for it, so he's good there too. He's covered all bases, I think, Scott.
Yeah, transporting basically. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you made it tonight, Rich.
Oh, me too. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Also joining us, we got Mr. Barbecue Boy himself, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Toney, how are you, Scott? I like that name.
Man, I'm
Barbecue
telling
Boy.
you what, that Barbecue Boy, that's all right. You know what? I'll stick with that. It doesn't bother
It's
me.
a good one, ain't it?
Hey, you know what? I just shovel it all day long.
That's
if you
right.
want to buy it, I'll feed it to you.
He'll put it on a bun.
Yeah, but it's great. It's great being back, and for all you guys that's been out there, you guys have noticed that I haven't been able to get on in the last 2 weeks. I've had major computer problems with Skype and major computer problems just period with my stuff. And actually last weekend I was going to do the segment that I was going to do tonight about walking a claim, and well, I threatened my computer with a 45, and amazingly enough, this week the Skype is working really, really good. So
Maybe that's
I'm glad to be. I'm just like I said, I'm glad to be here. Back on the show. It bums me out because I hate when I miss it. It's not just all about West Coast Wednesdays and me, but I hate when it's West Coast Wednesdays and the West Coast part ain't there. It just kind of stinks. So I'm glad for everybody coming in tonight, and I hope it's not going to be a boring night. I know with Kathleen and Rich and Dennis and everybody, it's never boring. And I just hope everybody enjoys the show tonight. Like I said, it sucks not being able to get on the show when I'm supposed to be able to. Due to work sometimes, I get here a little bit late. But hey, I still thank everybody for coming in and listening, and I appreciate it a bunch.
Heck
So
yeah. Well, we're glad you made it tonight.
I'm glad I made
We're
it.
glad, and you got your segment tonight, so that's going to be cool. So we'll get Dennis introduced, and we'll get Kathleen dredging up the news, and then
And for you guys out there that's listening to the segment tonight, man, don't be afraid to call in. I mean, seriously, you're just talking on the phone. You don't have to listen to yourself on the radio. You can listen to it later.
Right.
But just call in and ask some questions, because I think tonight I've got a good category that a lot of people are interested in, but have not really. It's not that they don't have a clue. It's what to do. It's the facts that you really need when you go out in the field.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to it, man. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Scott, for being here, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome. And last but not least, our little buddy, the Indiana gold hunter himself, Dennis Papa Mau Dayton. How are you? How are you tonight?
I got to start it off and got to tell everyone Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And two things. I got off work. I got the greatest boss in the world. I don't know if he's listening tonight. Matt Sullivan. Couldn't ask for a better supervisor to work for. He actually let me out of work early today because, we're working from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, and it's probably going to be for a while. So he let me get out, and, of course, I wanted to get the little Valentine shopping in and got the wife some Valentine stuff, and I have got the greatest wife in the world. I came home, and she had dinner cooked. Oh, my gosh, the hamburgers. Whew. Man. And then after that, she actually gave me a massage on my shoulders. Oh, my gosh. It's like I couldn't ask for a better woman.
That's cool,
a lot
brother.
to be thankful for there.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, she's a saint to put up with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
She's a saint.
she's a real good. But I keep her spoiled, She has enough rings to. She could probably fit 3 or 4 in each finger and toe. So.
Gotta keep them happy, Dan.
Yeah, she's over there grinning. She knows it.
Oh,
so
good. See, gotta keep our wives happy. That's what we do.
But I can tell you, as far as I hear all this cabin fever going around.
Yeah.
I guess I've been pretty lucky because I've been going next door to my man cave cabin. So I've got rid of my itch. I don't have the itch as bad as everyone else because I've been sneaking over to my man cave and running some material. So
I just want to wash my car. That's all.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet your car. I mean, my gosh, you don't wash that thing 2 or 3 times a week. You're probably having withdrawals.
I am. That's like Kathleen's having creek withdrawals. I'm having water hose and soap bucket withdrawals. I just want to scrub my car a couple dozen times to get the salt off of it.
I think mine is more like I just want to be outside camping.
Right. I'm with you. No, it's just nice to be out away from the house. And
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I'm away from my house when I'm next
you
door.
are. Yeah.
I'm outside. There's no electricity in there. It's like out in the weather, the elements. So
See, I ain't got no. Go to work and home, and that's it. I'm kind of leaning Kathleen's way. It's like, ooh, the creek camping sounds pretty cool right about now. Big old fire, and that'd just be great right now. I know she's itching to go too, so.
And I want to catch up. Carrie may join us. Just want to catch up with everyone because I just haven't really been talking to people, and I just really haven't been out there.
I know we all got to get together soon again. Anyway,
yes, we do.
All of us, me, you, Shad, Dennis, Paula, Rich, if possible, all of us. Just like we did last year, a couple times. When we went to a couple of places and we had fun staying in a hotel and acting like fools and stuff like that.
Well, I tell you one thing. I hope the 12 hours doesn't last forever because I know once the really nice weather gets in, that's when I start my 5 bucket a week collection. And I, get off work at 4. If Matt's listening at 4 instead of 8.
Did you say 5 bucket a week?
5 bucket a week. He's that's his mission.
Are you classifying that down, or what?
I'll probably have my earthquake classifier out there and screening it down and get $5 bucks, 5 buckets a week.
5 bucket a week.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I've
cool.
got my man cave now, so now I can really save and run a lot of stuff when it's like, you can't get outside when there's ice and you can't get in the water. And
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully, Dennis, it's about over this stupid winter. And you can actually get back into the creek and get your dredge out there and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it from the best spot I've been getting gold.
Are you?
My slash glory hole. Yep.
Honey hole.
Tell us where it's at, Dennis. Tell us.
He'll never tell.
He wasn't biting for that one.
He wasn't biting.
No.
You can't get him to bite on that one.
I'm gonna have a
Not
very
no
nice
more.
stockpile by winter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll be ready by wintertime, man. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, my friend. That is cool. Now, did you watch your Oak Island last night?
Yep.
Did it disappoint you, or was you happy?
It was still good.
Mm-hmm.
They basically, didn't show any part of the
Really?
borehole. Yeah, because they're probably, they're
Right,
in
they're
repair
killing
and stuff,
time,
but-
yeah. Yeah, they got to kill time. Yep.
Yeah, so there wasn't anything new added, but it went through where they showed talking to a lot of other people and traveling to different, places around there, a couple different countries and getting a lot more information and, the Knights Templar and
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought the last episode was like a month ago.
No.
every
Every week,
Tuesday.
every Tuesday.
Oh, I thought Dennis said like the last episode of Oak Island was. I remember on a show he said that. I didn't think it was that long ago.
No.
Is this a new season?
No,
or
it's still the same season. It's got that
Yep.
season just goes on and on for Oak Island. I don't understand it, but it's their season must be 30 shows.
Well, and now they kind of gave a little hint on the Oak Island to where I guess they might be doing some underwater diving for gold and stuff because of the gold that's in that area.
Really?
And that's probably going to be a different. It's not going to be Curse of Oak Island, but I think it's another show coming out with the brothers.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
diving for the gold.
that would be cool.
Isn't that the show where they found a piece of wood?
Yeah, it's the wood show.
Okay, now I know where they get the name for it.
It's like This Old House.
Well, I mean, now I know where they get the name Oak Island. You found a
from
piece
the
of
oak.
wood.
From the wood they find, the oak.
Yeah.
If they
Funny.
had found birch, it'd be called Birch Island.
Well, see, they found oak on the island, so now they're going to go deep sea diving and find rocks.
And there you go.
So-
Yeah, I wonder what they'll call that, Rock Island.
Yeah, but you know what, Dennis? If you go out and dive, and you never know what I mean. If there was capabilities of ships being in there,
Yeah, there
or
was,
around
yeah.
it,
Right.
there's great possibilities of something
Sure.
actually being right there. Like you could go 50
Sunk
yards off
right
the
off the
freaking
coast,
beach and
yeah.
find it.
Well, they were showing in this last episode or talking about it about how actually rich the gold is in that area, and
Really?
the Knights Templar and was getting the gold, and they were like
Oh,
of course
just-
simulating like them just picking big pieces just right off the creek bottoms and
Oh, for
But it's-
like prospecting and mining, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. See, that'd be cool.
Yep.
Now that would be very interesting. I would watch that every week. Yeah.
And just for everybody's information, Gold Prospector Space is not talking about the Knights Templar. We are just mentioning you.
Thank you, Scott.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just mentioning you. That's all. Well, man, Dennis, that's cool, brother. Keep me posted if you hear any more on that, okay?
Oh,
Now, what time's it come on? I know
9
your
o'clock.
time.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock East.
Our time.
Okay, so it'll be 7 mine. Okay,
Probably.
cool.
Or, yeah, 10-ish, something like that.
Yeah, whatever time that off time is. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Off
weird
time.
West Coast time thingy.
Yeah, that time over there.
Yeah, because we're future. You guys
Yeah,
are-
we're normal. We're normal
We're
time.
in the future. So we'll tell you what you need to know.
Right.
Awesome. Well, Dennis, thank you for being here, brother.
Hey, no
All
problem.
right, and last but not least, see, I thought Dennis was last but not least, but I forgot. I keep always forgetting about it. Our
Don't forget
producer,
that producer.
Mr. Shad Biffle. How are you, Shad?
I'm good.
I
How are
almost
you?
forgot again about you. Because you're too quiet back there. That's why.
No, I'm used to it. It's okay.
I don't mean to. I'm looking at all
No,
these guys'
it's
picture.
okay.
See, I'm looking at their picture, and that helps me. And I guess I should just stick a picture of Shad on my computer.
Oh man.
Well, I can send you a special one if you'd like.
No, I'm good. I'm all right. Kathleen will remind me. Don't forget Shad. I'll be like, got it. Thank you for reminding me. So what's been happening, buddy? I seen you got your Christmas present.
Yeah.
Lucky man. Very sweet.
Took a while to come in, but got it. I'm happy with it. So
You're welcome.
yes, thank you, dear.
That was a heck of a Christmas present. Man.
Yeah. Went with the classic Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum.
Mhm.
One of the model 66-2, manufactured in 1983.
Ew.
So I like that period of Smith & Wesson.
Do you?
So.
Oh, my
Okay.
God, there, Mr. High Tech.
He's cool.
Built-
He's all
Built
about it.
hard,
Is that
built tough.
that's your first 357, Shad?
Actually, it is, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Very
Are you
nice.
talking about that little silver gun you posted?
Yeah.
That's a 357?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it
Yep.
was a 38.
Well, it is a 38
38
too.
too.
Yeah, 38
They shoot
special.
both.
Same bullet diameter.
hmm That's a nice gun, though. Man, you'll have fun shooting that thing. Get you a holster for it yet?
No, not yet.
You gonna get one? Yep.
Well, yeah, of course. Got to carry it somehow.
Shoulder holster, that big beast. You know? That is cool, though, buddy. I'm happy for you. I think it's pretty neat. So did you get your handle up on your dredge?
I was planning on doing it this weekend, actually. Even though I may not use my dredge this weekend, but I was planning on getting it mounted since, it is going to be somewhat warmer out.
Right.
So I won't, get frostbite outside. So.
All right. True.
Yep, I'll have that mounted before this week's, this Sunday show.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And who's going to be on the show Sunday?
Why, the creator of the Handle Up
That's
kit.
right. So very cool. So we can ask him some questions about that, right?
That's right.
That'd be.
Now, what's the kit? I'm really behind, guys. You got to remember, I've been working a lot of hours.
That's right. You're behind. Shad, tell him about it.
Sure, I'll actually grab it for
There you go. That'll make it even better.
So, it's if you go to handle-up.com, right now he sells these handles for the Honda motors on dredges. That mounts just on the side of the engine. So
dude, I'm already in.
You
already in.
already in?
You on the website?
But yeah, it's actually pretty ingenious, because like for me on my whole metal plate, I have obviously, the big Honda engine.
Mhm.
I got the pump, and then I got my T80 compressor on it. And it's always awkward as heck. Usually it's digging in my side or something when I'm carrying it down into the creek and stuff. So I'll try this out, and it sounds like a good idea to make it a lot easier
Yeah.
hauling that big beast around.
Well, yeah, I'm always carrying two motors. So, yeah, if you got a handle that'll actually fit on a motor,
Yeah,
I'm
see?
in.
Yeah, that's cool. And like I said, it's completely made in the USA, so very cool. And it's a beefy piece of metal too, ain't it, Shad?
Oh yeah, it's not some thin little piece of aluminum that's just going to bend and snap off. I mean, it's built well.
What's that website again?
It's handle-up.com.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's very cool.
Dash
Shad
dot
went out and purchased him one right away. He said, "I'm getting it. I'm gonna try it," because he's
Since I can't win it,
yeah he's
Dang it. You know what? I hate when I'm not the first to be able to try out a new product. It just burns me up.
Shad beats. Maybe Shad will even do a video review on it and then really burn you up, Scott.
Well, you know what? I give Shad all the credit because his videos are really good.
They are, aren't they?
He always does a great job. But, man, if you got a product that works like that and you can actually carry engines,
Yeah.
a lot of us guys out here in the desert, when we go mining, we got two engines.
Well, there you go. That'd be ideal for you guys.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it always seems like everybody gets to try the new products. We get to give them away and see everybody else get them. You're like, ah.
Yeah, that's the joy of being on a show, right, Dan? It should be the opposite. You should be getting the products and trying them out and stuff.
Yeah.
But you never know what'll happen Sunday, so he'll be here with us Sunday nights. That'll be a good show. Roger Bendix or Bendix? I think it's Bendix. Yep, Bendix. Is that what it is, Shad? Very
yes,
cool.
It is.
So, yeah, he'll be here Sunday
you know
night.
what? I might have to come in on Sunday's show if you guys will let me.
I don't know if we want you.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to have a meeting.
Yeah,
about
we'll have
that.
to have
I seen that curveball coming.
Well, we'll have to vote on that one.
Well,
That's a change up.
I don't do too many Sunday shows.
No, you don't.
He's our intern.
Yeah, he's our intern Swiftwater.
No NyQuil though, okay?
Yeah, no NyQuil.
No, yeah, right. Don't do those. I'm telling you. I threw them away.
Good boy. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, red NyQuil baloney. Green NyQuil. Oh my God.
Well, it's kind of like the Matrix. You can take the red one or the green one.
Well, don't take the green one. I'm just telling you.
No, don't take the green one.
Unless you're looking for nap time.
Yeah, don't come on
the
a
green
radio
one.
show after taking the green NyQuil.
I'm telling you, those were rough. Man.
Oh, that's funny. Shad, you got the precious metal prices, my friend?
I do. First, I do want to let all the cronies now know that we just got in the decals.
Cool.
Yes, and I've
So,
already addressed some, and they're ready to go out tomorrow.
Very cool.
And they even included an 8-inch Cronies Club sticker, one special one.
One special one that we're going to give away to
It's pretty
somebody.
cool.
Is it, Kathleen? Take a
Oh,
picture
Yeah,
of it, Shad.
it is.
Share a picture of it for us, Shad.
I will. I'll put one on there during the news.
That would be cool. 8-inch Crony Club sticker.
I'm telling you what, for everybody out there listening, I'm getting ready to join the Cronies Club, and trust me, I'm going to go for that sticker. So if you ain't in on the club, you're out.
Yeah, because that's what we'll do. We'll put it in with a Crony Club giveaway. One of them, right? Is that our plan?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Have we told them how to send their addresses to me?
We need to tell them again.
I don't think we told them officially. I think we talked about a couple things, but nothing really materialized.
No, I know we told them they could send you a message here on GPS.
I think it's easier if you send it to my personal email.
Okay.
And I'll post that on Gold Prospector Space.
In the Crony Club?
In the Crony Club, yeah.
Okay.
So that way everyone can reach out. I think we did that last time, and it worked a lot more efficient.
Yeah, I think so.
Just please don't post your personal contact information on Facebook.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
If you did, don't worry. I took it off and deleted it, but I got your info, so I'm sure.
Good.
Yeah.
So we have one large Crony Club sticker,
One huge
but
one,
the co-hosts don't even get one. Man,
The hosts don't
I
even.
like the prizes,
The
you know.
creator don't even get
The
one.
back of the camper.
What is wrong with that?
Yeah, well, wait. The creator don't even get one. I mean, of them. That's for one of the cronies
That's like
to win.
wrong.
No, that's actually fair. Then it's like, it's one of the somebody's going to win.
Well, I can't win it unless
Well, yeah,
I'm in
if
the
you're a
Crony
crony,
Club,
yeah, you got
so
to
I
be
got
a
to get in
crony.
there.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm not getting a tattoo, so I got to join.
Oh, yeah, right. You have to join. If you're not getting a tattoo, and you should join anyway because you're a co-host on the show. It's like,
Hey, you could.
We'll give
you
you the intern price.
yeah,
Oh, and just so
$25.
everybody knows, yeah, just so everybody knows out there why I'm not a crony yet is because I have not had time to actually sit down and do the stuff I need to do.
That's the only reason.
Barbecue
He
and
forgets.
gruff.
He forgets sometimes. We have to remind Scott. That's our job. We got to remind our intern.
Scott, maybe you don't have to get a tattoo, but you could take a picture of that cat you got on your motorcycle and put the Crony Club logo on it.
I agree. Yeah.
Or that bird or whatever it is you got.
Okay, well, number one, I don't have a motorcycle. I have a bike.
He has a motorcycle.
Oh,
It's a Harley, and it's
Got
not
a
a cat.
motorbike.
My paint job right now is a blue ribbon champion bird dog.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tribute bike made to the guy's dog that passed away.
Right.
I thought I might keep it, but it's really not me.
No, it's not you. I mean,
no.
you didn't have the dog. So
But I will
Right.
tell you one. I will tell you one thing, man. I wish I got to get a really close picture of the paint job before I get another one on it, because whoever did it really was an outstanding artist. I mean, it's really I mean, I still get people going, "Wow, that's a cool paint job," but it's not me.
No, it's not. It wasn't your dog, so it's kind of silly for you to keep it. Crony Club
But you know what? You know what's
better.
really cool is because out of 1,000 bikes, I'd still find mine really quick.
Oh, I bet you
bet
do.
since it's one of those mini bikes that's about $240 at the auto store, right?
It's like a miniature.
And you're fired.
I mean, if you need me, I'll ship some, little training wheels for you too.
It's no wonder you got such a little gun with a big handle.
You feel the love on this show, boy. I'm telling you. All right, Shad, roll on.
Did you have the bike lowered, though, is what I want to know.
I think he's got a stepping stool to climb on it, and then
Hey, you want to know something really funny? The guy that's rode this bike's been riding and he was an amputee. I think it was a vet. He didn't really tell me he was a vet, but I'm pretty much figuring that's where he got it from. And I had to switch the gear shift around to make it work for me. But this is no joke. On the side of the pegs and the pipe, this guy, he rides evidently like I do, because the other day I took off and went around a corner and my peg and the pipe goes and scraped. I was like, oh, it's not a Buell.
No.
And yeah, so there's some damage marks on the bottom of this stuff. I got to get things raised, because when I ride 100% hard, and I go, and man, if those pegs are rubbing through a corner, that's not going to work for me. But it's going to be cool, man. I hope to post some pictures later on of it.
Make sure you do.
And I won't have the Crony Club sticker on it. I thought about it. Now, don't get me wrong.
Black with gold leaf Crony Club. That would look cool.
I know, but you know what? Yeah, it would just cost to do the gold. All right, really,
just do gold metal paint then. Gold.
Yeah.
That would be cool. When you rolled up to the gold shows on that thing, you'd be like, yeah, there's Swiftwater. Yeah.
Are you going to drive it inside like Kevin Hoagland?
Yeah, you could roll right into the gold show. Right into the main doors. Boom.
Well, see, there's a difference between me and Kevin. Kevin's got a bike that he's really proud of, and I don't know if it's his first. It might not be. I don't know. I haven't talked to Kevin too much about biking, but me, Harley is just another tool of my arsenal. And when I have a bike, I don't even know how many bikes I've had. I ride the death out of them, and then I sell them off and get something new.
They don't mean nothing to you. They're not sentimental.
It's
right.
I do what I do to make the bike run. When it comes to stopping quick or going faster, yes. Anything else, that's just extra weight on my bike. I get rid of all that stuff. I am a 100%. If I go to a rally or anything like this, I ride the bike. You'll never see my bike on a trailer. You'll never see nothing like that. I'm a 100%. It's just the way I learned, the way I was taught, and just like gold digging, you can't take it out of you the way you was taught.
You're the man, Scott. You're the man.
We like to have fun. We like to have fun on them. I'm telling you, it's just a good thing.
That's right.
But I'm just glad I got one back now. It took a year and a half, and I'm like, like Kathleen saying, I want to go dig gold. I'm like, I need a bike.
You want to go ride? All right. Well, let's move on with the show then. Shad, let's hear the metal prices, brother.
All right. If anybody was watching the markets today, it was freaking insane. About noon, I read some articles, just about how the consumer price index was released, and it increased by the government increased it. It made gold prices just drop big time.
Really?
And I was like, well, this is going to be a disappointment to read tonight. However, some changes last minute in the market. So gold went up overall $21 to $1,354.
Ooh, wow, okay.
It was down to $1,318.
Really?
And it was, if you look at the track of the graph, actually all the metal prices, it was insane today. But really strong rebound. They're anticipating to go up a little bit more tomorrow.
Okay.
We shall see. Silver climbed up 27 cents to $16.84.
Uh-oh.
Platinum had the largest gain of $22. It is at $999.
Man.
So it's getting back up to that 1,000 threshold again.
Yep.
Palladium rebounded as well, as we know. It dropped really bad, a lot this past week.
Right.
The Sunday show. And it's up $15 to $998.
Okay, so it's climbing back up too.
So it's all climbing, yeah. Curious to see what happens.
Yeah.
But look, I want to let you guys in because I haven't been able to say this the last 2 weeks. Remember 2 weeks ago, the CEO or whatever of the stock market, that was changed. One guy got fired, one guy got hired. And that's why you kind of seen the big dive. But now don't get worried about this big dive because what it did is it went down to 24,000. Now, when you're at 24,000 and above, that's where our normal thing was for all last year. So we went up high, but we come back down to level. You know, they're talking about, it's the biggest crash in history. It wasn't a crash. We went back down to level. We're all good.
Okay.
The gold's still where it's at, and it's going to stay there, and it's going to fluctuate. But if you're trading, stay in the game and just tickle with it. But if you're selling gold as gold prices, like I do, you just might as well take $300 off of it and get rid of it.
There you go. Cool. Good advice. So, Kathleen, are we ready for some dredging up the news?
I am.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
All right, everyone. It is February 14th, 2008, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And it's also Ash Wednesday.
It's also what day?
Ash Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
So.
Now, for you guys that are in Louisiana, they know that very well.
Yeah, well, yes, because yesterday was Fat Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, Mardi Gras.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. I'll start off with the story. Shares in Canada's Northern Vortex Mining. They were up Wednesday after the mining company said it is closer than ever to pour first gold at their Moss mine in northwestern Arizona. So roughly 7,800 tons of ore was stacked on that pad, and production is ramping up. The refinery furnace is also going to be commissioned next week. Their shares went up 1.85% on Friday morning.
Nice.
Yes. The miner recently received... It's so funny how they call these big, ginormous mining companies a miner.
Yeah.
Because when I'm thinking of a miner, I'm
thinking one little
thinking
guy.
about this
I think
ginormous
Scott.
thing. But anyway, they are mining.
They are.
Because recently... that miner received a $5 million funding, tranche. I don't know what this is, but I'm guessing it's some kind of investment.
How do you spell it?
TRANCHE. Tranche.
Trench.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a weird sounding word.
Yes,
Well,
I don't get it.
E makes the A long. Trench.
Maybe. I don't know. But they received $5 million for funding, so I'm thinking that's a good thing, right?
Yeah. Real good.
They signed this...
Maybe that's a fancy word for loan.
Maybe. They signed a $6 million working capital deal. The Moss Gold Silver project is said to be the potential of America's next gold mine. It's going to encompass 15 patented lode claims, which will cover about 1 square kilometer, and 468 unpatented lode claims for a total of spanning across 25 miles. It's got an expected life of 10 years.
Nice. And,
they're looking at capital expenses of $61.6 million. That includes a $37.5 million in sunk costs for building up the phases. And the operating costs are estimated at $190 million.
Ooh, man.
So I mean, that's crazy to think about those numbers because you know that look at what they're investing in it, so the return has got to be something phenomenal.
Yeah, amazing. It would have to be $191 million.
Yeah.
Operating costs. Whew. Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next story I've got. Okay, this is a silica-rich substance known as Pozzolan.
Known as what?
Pozzolan. Pozzolan.
Pozzolan. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Anyway, they use it to strengthen concrete. Well, evidently, this particular mineral is in the same mining category as gold. It ranks up there, and I've never heard of it. It evidently it's valuable, just as valuable, but it's just uncommon.
Really?
Yes. So this substance, I don't want to try to pronounce it again.
Okay.
It's actually located on BLM land, in Arizona.
What?
Figures.
Yes, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Figures.
Everything is in Arizona but me. All right. So anyway, they said the timing's right now for this substance to be worth so much money because of all the coal plants that shut down across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So since those are going away, the old natural Pozzolan deposits, they're actually now they're being looked at as being opened up again. And the mine site for this particular substance in Arizona is located in Skull Valley. I guess that's 40 minutes southwest of Prescott.
Where it is,
and yeah, they're saying that this material, it's going to sell for around $50 to $60 a ton.
Okay.
Southwest of Prescott?
Yeah.
40 minutes southwest of Prescott. And it's known as Skull Valley. And actually there's an interesting story.
Oh, wait. You said 40 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, my God. You're back almost to the I-10 by that time. Yeah, you're in the desert again.
Yes. So it's called Skull Valley. And actually the name comes after white settlers found a whole bunch of sun-bleached remains of a very large Native American battle in the area.
I still want to know.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
I want to know what this Pozzolan looks like.
I don't know. They did describe it in the article, but I didn't. I didn't.
Interesting.
Regurgitate the article, so I just kind of took out the main points. So you can look it up if you want to Google it. Pozzolan. And if Shad was sitting in the room, he would be Googling it right now, but he walked out of the room.
Pozzolan.
Pozzolan.
Yeah, I want to know what this stuff looks like.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
How you spelled it. Pozzolan.
Yeah, well, evidently, this material is in Arizona's Capitol building in Phoenix.
What?
That's what they made the blocks out of, so I don't know.
I don't know. That's one worth looking deeper into. That's strange.
Go look into that, Scott.
Yeah, there's something that made that important. I'm telling you that
to
much.
Make it as valuable as gold. I don't. That's weird.
I know, but you just never really hear about it because you're always like gold fever.
Now, you know what? Fever. Now watch people be chipping away at it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Capitol building. Ting, 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 ting.
And pretty soon they're gonna have their own radio show. I mean, come on, it's just.
They're not that good.
It's Pozzolan Radio.
I mean, really? Would you listen to? Hey, it's the government radio show where we tell you exactly what you want to know. No, that's not the way it works.
Pozzolan.
Interesting, Kathleen. That's an interesting one right there. I like that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Here's a story that was kind of interesting, and I had no idea that this even happened. But evidently, there was a big old meteor that split apart on January 16th, and it landed up in Michigan in various areas.
Okay.
So, just this week anyway, Christie's in New York, they're going to have an auction for a piece of that meteor that fell. And they're saying that this space rock is going to be worth between $10,000 to $15,000 just for that rock.
I can believe it. Dang.
I should have went looking.
Yeah, I didn't even know that happened,
knew
but
it
I guess
happened.
when it hit the atmosphere, it broke into a bunch of pieces and rained down between the area of Lansing and Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, I heard.
So, of course, people were like,
oh, yeah.
I guess there was a little kind of, you know how we have gold rushes?
Yeah,
they have a little meteor rush.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
Everybody was hunting for a piece of that.
Yeah, I heard it came down, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I said, I guarantee you there's a bunch of people looking.
You know what? It's really funny because everybody can go look for gold and they can find it. But to look for a meteor and actually say this is a meteor.
I wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't either.
Yes, you do. It looks like welder slag. Don't throw it away.
Right. There you go. Interesting.
Like,
Another good one.
like I said, I have found a ton of what I just thought was just crazy metal. They were freaking meteors.
They have to be.
Really? I guess
And
I
I'm
have to learn what slag looks like.
Right. Yeah.
If you go, look, it's not hard, Kathleen. If you go into a place that welds,
Uh-huh.
just say, hey, show me what welder slag looks like. Because that's what they bang off to go on the ground to empty the welds. You look at that one time and you see the shape of it, you will not. It's like a mushroom, which I know you haven't found those either.
And does it resemble a meteorite?
No, it does not. It's never round. If you find a round meteorite, say the size of a softball, that's a big pull because they slice those in slices with a rock saw, and they sell them by the slice.
Huh.
But for little meteorites to say, hey, I found a meteorite, they look like you're going to find them. And it's going to be weird. You're going to find it like, a place that nobody would ever be welding. Out here.
Yes, that makes sense because these folks who are auctioning this off, they found this piece on a frozen lake on top of the snow in Michigan.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that would make sense because why would someone be welding off in the snow?
Exactly.
In the middle of a frozen
Exactly.
lake. Yeah, that's true.
It's really weird because I've thrown a lot of them away, like even metal detecting. I've thrown a lot of them away. I'm like, why would there be welder slag way out here? And one guy told me one day, I was like, oh, I found a piece of this welder slag. He goes, dude, that's a meteorite. I'll give you $10 for it. I'm like, well, here you go. I'm like, okay. But I was thinking to myself, man, how many of these things I had thrown away?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I was misinformed.
They're worth more than $10.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Well, evidently it's lucrative. I guess this specimen only weighs it weighs less than 2 ounces. And it was just a part of the bigger mass that fell from the sky.
I think meteorites are going for still like $35 to $40 a gram.
Crazy.
Oh, I don't know. I know that Christie's is estimating this one just for 2 ounces between $10,000 to $15,000.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big payday.
Well, that's
Yes.
that.
Two
It must
So
be
if you
one.
found one the size of a softball,
You'd be rolling. You'd be happy days.
now that is something. But the thing I want to know is when they found it on top of a frozen lake, why didn't it break the ice?
Yeah,
when
it was
hit the
coming
ground?
from space. I mean, it should have.
You think?
It should have blew right through that ice.
Now, look, just because I'm a science guy, I want to tell you something. When it comes from space and hits the atmosphere, it slows down. Number one,
Yeah.
because of the atmosphere, and it starts burning up. Number two, because of the oxygen factor.
But it's still a piece of metal coming from the sky.
Yeah.
It's
It's going to break ice, you would think.
well, it all depends on which angle it come in on.
Oh yeah, they said it
If
skipped.
if it comes straight down, it's going to puncture the ice.
Yeah.
If it comes in on a big slope,
Just
man,
gonna
that thing,
skip
it'd be like a
across
skipping
it.
stone.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Right.
That's what Keith said. It skipped, so that makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. Interesting. We're in the wrong business. Should be me. Right
Yes. I mean, I'll keep my eye out
Me
on,
too.
for that
Always.
kind of thing, though.
Always.
I
Well,
definitely
Kathleen,
will.
you can find those in creeks too. If you see something that looks like welder
I
slag
know.
or just an oblong piece of lead, keep it.
I know. You can find them anywhere.
Very.
Alrighty.
All right.
That brings me to my next story.
Okay.
The U.S. Forest Service, they signed off on an exploration for copper, gold, and other minerals on 900 federal acres that's just located outside of Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument, which is located in southwest Washington. On Thursday, the company Ascot USA announced plans to start drilling later this year in the Upper Green River Valley if the BLM approves permits for their work. Forest Service officials say that the consent does not authorize mining. It's only authorizing the drilling of up to 63 roadside holes. So each of those holes will only be 2 to 3 inches in diameter. So that's not too bad.
Core sample.
There is not currently a proposal to develop a new mine in this location, and they're saying, hey, any potential proposal will be subject to an entirely new comprehensive environmental analysis, and it still has to go through the decision process. So, obviously, a lot of people are opposed to this. They've basically saying the impacts on the recreation in the area, the clean water, and the fish. But their biggest concern is that there probably shouldn't be a mine near an active volcano.
That makes sense.
You know what? I'm all about mining and stuff responsibly, but I would have to agree that would make me nervous.
Too, yeah.
That's where the good stuff is, though.
Right.
But...
Can you imagine jamming a shovel in the ground and become lava blowing up on you? You're done.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't even be able to imagine.
Yeah, I think I'm out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, just saying.
Interesting. I'm with you.
We'll see what happens, but
why do you think that's why there's no gold miners in Hawaii?
Right. But maybe they're just doing some type of study or something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just want to see what's there.
Or yeah. Who knows? More to come probably on that.
More to come. I'm sure there will be.
Right. So that brings us to our global news. Okay, so unfortunately, this is a bad news story. The Sabine-Stillwater mine, at that mine on Monday, somebody was killed, another worker. This is while they were cleaning out a blocked ore pass. I don't know what that means, but that's how they were killed. So, as you know, I reported, I think less than a week ago, about the 955 miners that were trapped underground, and or maybe it was last week. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not really looking good for the company right now, because they experienced that, and then they experienced this. Yeah. So.
I think that what they're talking about as a mine pass, like when you go up, and they build a little ore cart, or not an ore cart, but an ore chute. And when the stuff falls down, the guys are actually breaking it off. It goes into that chute. Now, sometimes that chute does get plugged up, and if you go in there and you break it, and the guys up above didn't know what you're doing or didn't know they were supposed to stop, there's probably a lot of weight on it. So once you break that loose, it's like a mountain slide. You're not going to stop it.
Right.
That's a lot of weight, and I think that's where that's coming from.
Could be.
It's pretty kind of unsafe, but I'm not saying anything about the company. I don't know it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I talked about this a little bit on the news about South Africa in general. They just really have some unsafe mining practices.
Right.
Oh my God!
That is a big part of it, which is pretty unfortunate. I know companies like this try to. I don't know. I shouldn't say companies like this, but people want to, always save a buck or whatever. And there's just some things you can't skip on, and that's the safety of the people that you depend on for your gold.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to remember, some of them guys just don't care.
Right, that's the thing.
I know.
I mean, you take the placer miners over there and like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. Somebody's making a profit. When you go underground in that particular region of the world, you're taking a big chance.
Well, it's turning into like the blood diamonds thing.
Yep.
It's really scary. And I think that's why there's more global mining news than there is so much in the stateside. It's just because of the craziness and gold. Sure. And I will continue to say this. Gold makes people do some crazy things.
Yes,
and
does.
yeah, you know what? I'm totally with you on that because so does money. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the devil.
Gold prospector space does not condone
Tim's
anything by the devil.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, let's switch over to diamonds since we were on the subject of blood diamonds. But not to say that this is. Let me give you that disclosure now. I'm not saying that this story is about that. It's actually a different story in Australia. It's kind of interesting. At the Lukapa diamond mine, they announced that their workers, or that's the company, I'm sorry, their workers at their Mathai mine in Lesotho.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's in Australia. They've recovered diamonds sourced from residential material and all their kimberlite stockpiles. They're actually pulling diamonds out of it.
Wow.
So, according to a media statement, the largest one that they recovered was 6.6 carats.
Oh.
And this diamond mine is located within 3 miles of gem diamonds. When I reported, I think in January, they found that 910 carat one.
Oh, yeah.
Which was considered the 5th biggest gem quality diamond ever found.
That's right.
So, pulling out diamonds in Australia now, like they didn't have it enough with all the gold.
With their big old gold.
Now they have to have giant diamonds
too.
Hey, you know what? I give it to them. They can find diamonds and gold in Australia with the crap they got to live with over there. You don't, dude. The snakes, the spiders, dude. The birds are like eagles. They'll come down and hit you in the head. I mean, seriously, I give it to them.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Isn't it just like living in Arizona?
No, it's not even close to living in Arizona. Man, I've seen some of the stuff come out of Australia. I'm like, oh, that's just ridiculous. Oh, it's just a little spider. I'm like, it's 8 inches across. Are you crazy right now?
Just a little guy.
Yeah, right? I'll just shoot him out of the house.
Australia, obviously.
I thought that was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Australia is nuts.
That's funny.
And I know we have some Australian listeners, and I got Australian people on my Facebook and stuff like that. But trust me, Australia is nuts.
The gold is amazing, though.
Oh yeah, when you find that gold, it is amazing. But, man, the stuff the things you got to think about out there, oh my God, ridiculous. You got snakes and spiders, just one bite, you're dead.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Me neither.
Oh, I know, but you know what's funny? Hey, here in Arizona, our snakes actually give you a warning. They rattle their tail. Oh, I hear you. Let me walk around.
But the cat claws, that's got to be that. But it's a plant with like a vendetta.
Well, stay away from. I told people a lot of times, if you see a tree with little bitty leaves, stay away from it. There's a reason the leaves are little bitty.
To lure you in.
Oh, they're going to live. Trust me. Cat's claw's a mean son of a gun.
I'm sure they got something.
Yeah, I told you they're very vindictive.
I'm sure
they have an agenda.
I'm sure they got a crazy plant in Australia too, probably.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
You know?
They have crazy more animals there.
Right.
They got more than one. I guarantee it.
Very cool. Weird.
All right. Well, speaking of crazy, Argentina. I never really say much about Argentina, but they made the news. The national government is forging ahead with its intentions of making mining a pillar. There's talks being held, a pillar for their economic situation that they're in. So anyway, talks are being held with the leaders of 3 provinces. These are the 3 provinces that declined to sign a 2017 mining act. And I guess the act would have meshed with the taxes and the regulations, in the mining industry in hopes of attracting more investors. So they're looking, both sides are looking to come halfway.
Right.
So President Mauricio, it could be Mauricio. I'm guessing. McCree. He recently met with Pan American's chairman Ross Beatty, and who promised his support to reopen the talks around the project. So hopefully this will result in new sources of employment for the area. Huh. But, of course, they're afraid of the crime that might ensue.
Right.
Not only that, with all the people who are opposing, there's a lot of violent demonstrations. And I guess past events resulted in fatalities. Ooh. So they're not looking for... it must be very, very controversial, obviously.
You know what? I got to look at it this way. If it's violent, is it really a demonstration at this point?
No.
Right.
It's anarchy is what it is.
Yeah. It's not a demonstration no more.
Right. Yeah, so... But the area, they're saying, estimates to be about worth $400 billion of untapped material.
Wow.
Oh. So I don't really know what the economic situation in Argentina is, but I don't know. I mean, if they're really depressed, maybe coming halfway and meeting in the middle would be good for their economy.
You know what? Wouldn't that suck being that way for all your life, and then just when you get to the end of your life, or older, that you're thinking, I can't do that. You find out that all the riches that you could ever have was right under your feet. That would suck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It would be brutal.
It kind of is like the Wild West out there, and globally.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
It is.
All right, so that brings us to our fun facts.
Fun facts.
The fun stuff.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
Well, since it's Valentine's Day, I thought I would do some love fun facts.
Fun facts.
Oh my God, here we go.
All about love. So I remember last year on Valentine's, I kind of shared some fun facts, and just to give you a little recap, did you guys know that Valentine's, their origins is actually in paganism?
No.
Yeah. Specifically in fertility.
Yeah.
Evidently, 5th century AD men would actually whip women with whips made of goat skin or dog skins to increase fertility.
Oh, Jesus.
It took on a Christian theme when Roman Emperor Claudius II, he was caught performing secret marriages because at the time it was prohibited because they didn't want their army to be married because they felt if they didn't have, wives that they would fight better.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting.
That's actually a truism.
Yes. So that is interesting fun facts about Valentine's Day for there. But since then, the origins of Valentine's, gold has been woven in some Valentine traditions and love traditions for actually a long time. I'm going to walk you through some of them tonight. Not too many, though.
Okay.
At the very beginning, we'll just start there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get all scientific. Well, we all know where gold generally comes from in your jewelry, right? Being miners and all. But according to Tyson, the author of Death by Black Hole and Other Cosmic Quandaries, all gold on Earth started out in the center of a star. I think we kind of knew that.
Okay, I'm not believing it.
All right. Well, evidently, there are two kinds of atoms, right? Hydrogen and helium. Mm-hmm. Well, the two atoms resist each other because they weren't the same charge until it gets very, very hot. And it has to get 10 million degrees hot, that's where that fiery fusion comes into play.
Uh-huh.
And when that happens, a star will collapse, right?
Okay.
So when a star gets blown to bits, they call it a supernova. And all the atoms inside are, going crazy and colliding. So that is what is... It really gets scientific, and I won't go into every little thing, but...
Yeah, but a supernova is a planet blown up.
Planets are stars.
No. A star is a star. A planet is a planet. I don't know. This story sounds kind of sketchy.
Well, I mean, this was like millions of years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And what is really kind of crazy, gold is rare because it's got an odd number of atoms. And I didn't know if you knew this, but the periodic table of elements, most of them have an even number for stability. So gold is so rare because it has an odd number.
Yeah.
So it's got 79 protons.
I did. So
that is how, and eventually stars, when they collapse, they're blown to bits. They're floating out in space in the universe, yada yada yada. They evidently condense into a planet. The cloud of this material condenses into a planet, and then what happens is that gold makes its way to the surface, which we know, and we mine it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That is the beginning.
I'm going to go against this because I don't believe that. Number one, because the Earth always reproduces itself, and that's why we keep finding gold. And if it was from shooting stars, that would be it'd be really patchy. It's not patchy. We got lines where we follow where the gold's from. So I'm believing that the gold is actually from this planet.
Well, I think it's from the chemical makeup from all the collapsed stars and planets in the galaxy.
And planets are formed from collapsed stars.
Yeah, but I know. But you guys are saying the chemical makeup. You know what? If it's chemical makeup, we could chemically make gold. There is no one ever.
Well, I'm not saying that man didn't, they didn't discover how to do it synthetically. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, quoting the article. Mm-hmm. No, it's actually a book written, and you can look into it more if you.
No, but have you ever seen a synthetic gold?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, that you can't figure out a way to do it. I'm just explaining how it came to Earth.
Yeah, and it was.
Let's just move on.
Let's move on.
I mean, you've seen a synthetic gold? I've never seen a synthetic gold. That'd be the richest man
diamonds,
on the...
I think, is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Diamonds, yes.
I know that those exist.
Yeah. I just don't believe that the gold come from the stars. I know we're a planet, and it always replenishes itself.
Okay, so here we go. We've got a geologist out there in the chat room.
Uh-oh.
He says gold comes from novas. Oh. He studied it, so there you go.
Okay.
Well, I'm not buying it.
All right, let's move along.
I'm going to trust Paul out there in the chat room because he studied geology.
Okay. All right, well
explain to me how gold got in a straight line through California way up. It's not by... Really? There's shooting stars that went in one line all the way up California?
No. The planet itself is made out of a collapsed star, the debris, all the dust, all that stuff, all that craziness.
Millions
it forms the planet deep inside the planet. Things can happen, like the glaciers push stuff around. We had volcanoes. Do I really have to
and it pushed it up to the surface in these veins. And
exactly.
Stuff. Yes.
You know what? I've never did this and ever in my life, but I'm calling bunko on that story.
Okay.
All right.
Let's agree to disagree.
Let's agree to disagree and move along.
Hey. Kathleen's on it in the news. I always give her credits, and you know that. But this one right here is really far out there.
Well, you can always, hey, Google.
Yeah,
we haven't.
Read Tyson's book. I don't know.
you know what? We've never picked up gold nuggets off the moon. Never picked up gold nuggets off the Mars. We've never we never picked gold nuggets anywhere
That we know of.
Or have
I'm
we?
just saying.
And they haven't
If
told
you-
us.
Saying.
But what about the gold on the meteorites up in space? The
Yeah,
asteroids.
exactly. How do you explain
the
that?
asteroids, the gold on the asteroids that they're going to mine for.
What? Wait a minute.
See?
Who's found gold on meteorites?
Asteroids.
Oh my goodness!
Not meteorites,
They've already
asteroids.
sent to
Yeah, there's
2
gold
ships out there.
filled asteroids.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I want to see that. You know what? You show me a picture and tell me, what the composite is, and let me see actually gold in a meteorite.
It's
I'll
in
believe that.
asteroids. Yeah, it's full of
Well,
gold.
Seeing
like I
is
said,
believing.
Yeah.
I have never
Oh, yeah,
ever
they're gonna
heard
they're gonna
of gold
send-
in a meteorite.
Send miners up there to mine it. Yeah. You never heard
There's
of
a
that,
whole
Scott?
series about it. You just go into Google to YouTube and just type in Star Trek, and it pops right out there.
Did this
Yeah,
guy?
gold
did
is
this-
actually in the human body.
Did this guy just say series?
Yeah, it's got Captain Kirk as the leader.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody
gosh.
that kissed that guy died. Are you crazy? You're gonna trust that guy? No. That's funny.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna rope this back in.
Yeah, you need to because it's
No,
Right.
you know
late.
what? I'm just on that one story, and I've never said this in my life about anything Kathleen said. But
He's
I'm
gonna cry hogwash.
Nope. I'm saying debunked. That's not. No. I'm saying that's not right.
All right, you need to travel out into the galaxy to debunk this. Then.
That's hilarious. That is
This
hilarious.
is how I like to end my day, laughing. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, mercy.
All right,
Okay.
so with all that being said,
I got Michael
Throw
Walker
this
says
back
Scott's
in.
been in the desert too long.
you've been eating too much barbecue.
I'm just telling you, man. Gold don't come from the stars, man. If so, we would have found it.
Look at the
We
chat
did
room.
find
There's
it.
a crap load of links people are posting.
I see that.
And you know what? Number one, you guys always got to believe the internet because the internet doesn't lie.
No. And that's where I was getting that information. So you can check it out.
You can Google it on the internet.
Just Google it.
Ah.
All right. So, with that being said, did you guys know that some Valentine celebrations and customs come from past gold rushes? So, this was one I kept coming across in Australia, and I don't know if any of our Australian listeners are out there. I think it's pretty late or early. I don't
I
know.
don't know. That was there.
It's midday. Sorry. But anyway, during the Australian gold rush in the 1850s, miners became extremely rich and very fast. So that's what you would call new money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And due to all this newfound wealth, these miners would make very, very extravagant valentines. They would spend thousands of pounds at the time for these things. They were made of like crazy things like crushed seashells. They had satin cushions. They were decorated with flowers. And some, and I couldn't believe this when I saw this, like they would taxidermy hummingbirds and kept them in the ornate decorative boxes. So those were actually like real birds at one time.
Wow.
So anyway, that was the earliest Valentine's there in Australia, and it started from their gold rush.
You
And
know what?
today,
You know what's really cool is because every bit of that caters to a woman coming up there in the gold rush.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, women were like sugar; they were a hot commodity.
They were.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, because most of the miners were men, right?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
It's just like the Old West, you know, the men came first, and then what they called the shady ladies came next, and then the families came. So anyway, even today in Australia, surveys are saying that men in Australia are more romantic and open about expressing their love compared to Australian women. Because They say men in Australia buy more cards.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting. I got a couple more, and then I'll turn it over to Scott. But another gold tradition for love. Did you know that a Swedish bride puts a silver coin from her father and a gold coin from her mother in each shoe to make sure that she will never go without?
No, I didn't
There
know
you
that
go.
either. That's a weird one.
That's a weird tradition for love.
Yeah, for love.
And this one's really, really, really short. I always wondered why diamonds for wedding bands, right? Diamonds are set in gold or silver. This actually became popular as what's known as the wedding ring, and it started with wealthy Venetians towards the end of the 15th century. And that's really all they said about that one. They didn't really go.
The Venetians?
Yeah. They're Venice, right? Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Yeah. Venetians. So that is dredging up the news on this special Valentine's Day, Ash Wednesday,
Very cool.
West Coast
Good
Wednesday.
discussion. Very good. Awesome, Kathleen. Great job. So let's kick it over to Mr. Swiftwater to tell us what he's got tonight in the gold
And now
fields.
it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he
Makes you
shares
laugh
useful
every time.
information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
There's Swiftwater.
I truly love that guy's
You
voice.
laugh
It's
every
just funnier
time.
than heck. But anyway, hey, Kathleen, great for the news, man. That was some exciting stuff, man. And I'm just, that one thing I'm still on the fence about. I'm just saying. But anyway, like I was, I'm going to talk about tonight, walking your claim. And I know a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about this, and it's kind of hard to tell you what to do. And it's kind of a mixed up idea because what you do and then what you do when you're there are two different things. But when you are purchasing and buying a claim, this is some of the things I want to give you a little bit of input about. Number one, if you're walking a claim, get to the highest point that you can get. And the reason why I say that, because the highest point is going to show you if there's water on your claim. You want to know where the water goes, not only in the slow times, but you want to know where the water is going in the high times. And what a lot of people misrepresent is because when the high times, which moves gold, it's going to be about 4 feet to 5 feet higher than what you think the high water mark is. So you got to really judge this on what you're looking at. But if I was going to first, and this is just my opinion, if I was going to first walk out on a claim and I was going to take a look at it and find out where I wanted to dig, number one, I want the highest point. And now this could be even a gopher hill. I mean, if you've got a flatland claim that there's no water, there's no wash, there's no creeks running through, you still want to get to the highest point because you want to find out where does the water go when it does rain that hard. And this is important because the water actually is nature that does the work for you. So when you look back and you get on the highest point and you can see a couple of, say out here in Arizona, I'm going to put this as an example. In Arizona, if you got a flat claim and you think it's a flat claim, it's never a flat claim because water always goes somewhere. It never stays in one point. So, like I said, even a molehill, if you can get up above and see where the water is going, and it could be a 2-inch wash. I mean, it could be something that's been, every monsoon season has 2 to 3 inches of water running through it. But that 2 to 3 inches of water is what's moving that fine gold. You want to find that particular wash. So you want to look for it, and you want to kind of focus in on that wash. Now, if you do your testing, which everybody knows I'm all about testing, do your homework. If you don't do your homework, you're digging for nothing. So, but do your testing and stuff like that, and you find a little concentration of gold always go down, and I always tell people this, always move down about 3 feet down the wash, 4 feet, maybe 5 feet. Give it a little balance, and then do another test, and then find out if the gold's there. Mm-hmm. If the gold's not there, then you're okay. Now you're looking at a wash that we call pockets. And what
do you do for a test?
Oh, you pan it.
What if you don't have water?
You better bring it. You're in Arizona. If you have a place that has no water, you better bring at least 10 gallons of water.
Okay, so panning is the best indicator when you're testing a claim.
It's the only indicator.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. If you pan it out and you find the gold, it's there. If you pan it out and it's not there, well, guess what? Either, number one, you didn't go deep enough, which that's another trial and tribulation.
What's a good pan to be a good indicator of this is actually something I should buy or whatever?
Out here in Arizona, what I look for about 20 flakes or better.
Okay. If
I take one pan out of the dirt and I shoveled it, I went down. I don't do the thing off the top because we have, you got those crooked, crazy son of a guns that do that seeded crap. Oh, dig here. No. I dig. I don't do that kind of claim buying. I dig down a foot and I take a 1 foot test. If the test doesn't show something and the guy goes, man, I know there's gold here. All right, I'll take another foot, dig it out. I'll take another foot test. That's 2 feet deep. If it's 2 feet deep and you're still not finding gold, that's not the claim that you want.
Okay. Because,
well, for us, we're digging on top. We're not running backhoes. And I know most of the people out there right now are not, you don't dig 6 and 7 feet holes like I do. I only dig 7 foot holes because I know the gold's there and it's 7 feet deep and all the way through. So I take the top and everything with it. Go ahead.
You get rid of the overburden first and then you take a sample that's 2 feet below that?
Yes, on my tests.
Okay.
Now, if I find that there is a little bit of gold in the overburden and a good little bit in the second test I take, I'll take a third test. And that's a little deeper. If I find the gold's really good, then I'm just it's on.
Okay.
That's when you take everything. You dig a hole as deep as you are tall and you take it all. Don't even look back because that's a good claim. Somebody puts you on a good claim, I know there's gold here. I'm just, and I get it out here in Arizona a lot. I'm too old to dig. My family used to own this mine, blah, blah, blah. Anything, these guys don't want to dig this stuff because the new age people, they don't want to do it. They're not going to work that hard. That people like us that know, what gold's worth, and we can go out there in one weekend and crown $400, $500. That's the claim that you kind of want. Mm-hmm. But I always, like I said, always tell people, get a high advantage point of the claim. Now, if there's a wash going through your claim, which is very visible, try the wash first. If the wash doesn't work, then the gold's probably coming in on your claim on what we call the secondary washes, which are going to be very faint. They're going to be pits in the ground. You'd probably walk over them and go, oh, there's a little step. And, that's good. But that could be where those pockets are. Because you got to remember, out here, I look for pockets more than anything. You can have, people like, yeah, I'm going to claim this like on TV. I'm going to claim this 100 acres. Yeah, we're not claiming 100 acres. We're not digging 100 acres. We got a 20-acre claim, and what you got to do is find out where those pockets are on that claim. And I always tell people, it's a lot of testing. I mean, 2 days, it drives you nuts. And trust me, I hate to pan. I only want to pan when I'm cleaning out stuff. When I'm panning testing, it drives me nuts. But my partner, Ben Ironman Caldwell, which is in Black Kansas City, he's a tester. He wants to know exactly where he wants to be, how deep he wants to go, and everything like that. So I kind of leave that up to him to find out where we need to go and what needs to be done. That's just a little way I cheat because he likes to do it. I don't like to do it. I like to find the gold and I want to dig it. When I find it, okay, it's on. And so the testing is most viable, but just look for those little washes that come down and things like that. Now, if you're in California in gold country, okay, you could pretty much, you can see like in the high banks, you're going to see the rock level where the creek used to be. You know where the creek is now, but you got to follow, kind of the rules, and you got to follow along with what they're doing. So you figure out where the gold is first, and then you dig it. But it's the biggest thing is when you're walking a claim like a new claim. The biggest thing is find out if the water does go through there, find out where it goes, and how hard it goes. It makes a big difference in the long run.
Okay.
I mean, you could be digging all day long and never find nothing. And you could get lucky. Now, get me right. You can get lucky and think, oh, this is where I need to be. You can go 4 feet deep and you find gold. But is it 4 feet deep all the way in front of you, 25 feet? So that's why you're going to do your different testing.
Okay.
You don't want it. I mean, can you imagine you guys digging 25 feet and all the way up? And trust me, it's possible with a shovel. You don't know how much you can actually move with a shovel in 8 hours' time.
Oh, I can imagine. But I ain't digging that deep.
Well, I mean, sometimes you could, like I said, you got to take those tests because you could pass it. Mm-hmm. You can get 3 foot, you can get 4 foot, and you're like, you know what, this is not for me. But if you hit that 5 foot level, that's the layer you wanted to be in, and it's stupid rich. You missed it. It's like what drag racing, an inch or a mile. No matter how you come across the line, you win.
Right.
So you know what? And this is so funny because Lisa laughs at me all the time. I get to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of digging this. She goes, go a foot more. I'm like, all right. Because when you quit is when you screw yourself. You go a foot more and you found the pocket that leads you up the creek bank or in the dry shoals or anything like that. And then you follow it all the way up. But it's just that little bit that you could be missing. So you always take it, like I said, high banks, get as high as you can, see where the water goes, follow the water. If the water doesn't work, then go back to what we call the dry banks. Is going to be the high banks, the stuff that's not eroding. Because you got to remember, sometimes the gold, if the water goes through and it washes the erosion down a half foot, and everything was setting within the first 6 inches, it's gone. So if you move her beside the wash, you take another test, and you're like, oh, there's a patch here. Well, you know what? And I always say patches. I never say pastries out here because it's patchy.
Okay.
You'll find, because you never know what the water did 25, 30 years ago.
Gotcha.
So you can be in a good 4 foot patch. You dig that up, and all of a sudden you go like, oh, now I get mud in my pan all the time. Well, you went out of the patch. Huh. You got to get back up on your high ground, see where that water turned, and get back in where the water turned before where you were digging. Right. Jump back in. It's going to be the same patch.
Okay.
It's really beneficial when you do this. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to save, your shoulders and elbows.
Right. No, stop. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
When you're looking for a claim, do you go out on your own and just look around, or are there reputable people who will help you? Or I don't know. I think that's kind of not going to happen. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, how do you start?
Well, number one, you can go out there and you can get with these companies. Go, oh, I got you a claim, and it's guaranteed gold.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? There's what we call seeding it too.
Right? We talked.
If somebody somebody pulls you out on it, oh, dig right here. No, I don't think I want to dig right here. It's really, you're pointing me right to the place where you threw the gold at. We're not doing that thing. But like I said, I get to the high points, I find out how the ground actually moves, and then I go test at those grounds.
So it may not necessarily be something that might be up for sale or up to claim, or do you first look at the maps and then decide where you're going to go?
Well, you can do the map thing, and that's going to help you a little bit. But if you look at the map thing, you're going to find that 99% of it is claimed.
Yeah.
For a reason. And
so
me,
how do you do it? How do you find one?
In my point of view, if anybody's younger than me, I don't trust them.
Okay.
Because an old miner tells you where it's at. Now, I'm not saying that every old guy out there with gray hair is going to say, oh, it's great, and he's dug it. I'm just saying, a guy that's actually willing to sell his claim, and you're like, wow, that's kind of a little bit. But when you actually talk to the guy, he goes, no, I'm selling the claim because I know what's on it, and it's not going to go for anything less. And you say, go take a test, he'll go dig where you want. Now, right then, that's a claim.
Okay.
If you got a guy saying, no, I heard from a guy that heard from a guy that, and I think you should dig over
or
here.
How about the one that shows you their gold?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. You know what?
Red flag.
Yeah. Oh, look at the gold I found off that claim. I'm like, well, you're already, you know what? You're
that's that.
You're
Hey, Swiftwater.
Yeah.
Got a question for you. Why would somebody buy a claim? Because all you're doing is buying the mineral rights to the claim so you can prospect on it. Instead of going to the BLM, finding out what claims are already closed, and then try to get one of them, and you don't have to pay somebody for a claim.
Well, because number one, the BLM, when you go to the BLM, it's a lot of work. If you're going up there to find an open claim, you're going to be there all day, period.
Yeah, but if somebody charges you $5,000 or $30,000 for a claim, when you can get a claim for free, well, not free, you still got to pay some for your, fees and stuff like that.
Well, you got to look at like
about.
this. Well, like on Black Canyon Creek, that's where I dig. Now, Ben's got a claim, my partner. He's got a claim. Now, there's an old man that's below us. He owns 5 claims below us, and the Roadrunner owns 3 claims above us. You're not going to get in that claim. But if you go there and spend all day at the BLM and find out, well, there's nothing open, you're going to be pretty upset. You got to do
research first.
Yeah, you've got to do your research.
Yeah.
Now, look, the BLM don't tell you nothing. They don't tell you anything. This is the cross-up. This is what screws people. Mm-hmm. Because they come out here and they buy claims, and they're like, oh, it's open, I'll buy it. And the BLM's like, yeah, great, give me your money. Then when you go to county, the county's like, no, that's been claimed up for 4 years.
Oh, my.
You got to remember, the county owns the ground, not the BLM.
So check with the county first.
Bingo. The county has the right. The county sheriff can come in and tell the BLM, get out of my county.
I was just wondering why everybody was paying for the stuff for somebody else's claim that already got a claim instead of, looking in that general area to find out if there's any other claims that are available or already that's been closed because somebody didn't pay their due.
Now, generally, when somebody's selling a claim, they're in the middle of everyone else that has claims up and down that river or the wash and things like that. So you got to be really careful on that.
I wanted everybody to know that's not the only way you can get a claim is to purchase it from somebody.
No, you can go in. You can actually go out and do your homework, and you can still, out here in Arizona and Nevada, you can stake your own claim. But you can't step on toes.
States, Idaho, Colorado, like Caleb did. He did his a little different. He went to the BLM. He knows somebody that worked there. He got a hold of people, find out what areas had claims open.
I
then
know
he put in for it.
What I'm saying is the BLM is not issued to give you information.
I know that. I'm just saying people do stuff different ways. It's not just Arizona way,
No, I'm just telling you, any place that you go to the county first.
Okay.
Right.
The county runs the show.
Gotcha.
Even the county sheriff. You guys, AMRA, we've been through this. We know this. The sheriffs run the show. There are our elected officials.
Excuse me.
BLM is what we call a rabbit cop.
Appointed.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm not killing animals and stuff out there, BLM has nothing to do with what I'm doing. The county runs the show. If the county gave me a license to mine and gave me permits to do what I'm doing, BLM has no choice but to follow.
But you can still go to the county and do the same thing. Look for open ones, or don't they have ones that people like if they don't pay their dues that year or whatever they're.
Now see this is the twist of you can't go to the county and look up that stuff. They don't give you that information. So what you have to do is you actually have to go to the BLM office, do your homework, and find out, oh, this ground's open. The first thing you
said
want
don't go to the BLM office, go to the county first.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a twist in this. If you're looking for open ground, you're going to go to the BLM. If you have ground that you know, listen.
And you said no, go to the county first.
Rich, listen. If you have open ground, there's no markers, there's no claim stakes, go to the county first. If you see old markers and stuff like that, go to the BLM and find out if somebody 90 years old's got this claim because they just thought they might sell it one day. And they keep up on their paperwork. That's the difference. If you have open ground, always go to the county first. Once I get my county established and I go to the BLM cannot. They'll sell it to you. This is the problem. Once I'm established with the county, I got it. I got mineral rights.
Right.
You can't.
But somebody else might already have it.
Well, they could through the BLM, but it didn't matter because I got it through the county.
I got you.
The BLM is just wanting to track where you're doing, what you're doing, and I want my money. That's all the BLM is for. The county is like, okay, you have a claim. This is what your claim is. Go file it with the BLM. I always go pay my county things first. I get it filed. That way, when I go to the BLM and somebody says, "Oh, it was open and I bought it," I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. My county, I already got the county officials right here, and there's it is. I throw it to BLM, and they go, "Okay, it's yours." The county matters.
Interesting.
It takes. It's a funny game out here, and I'm telling you, in Arizona, Nevada, California, stuff like that, it's a real funny game. California is just. I don't even want to get into that mix because California is just off the wall right now. But Idaho and stuff like that, go to the county first. When you file a claim and the county knows that, okay, you have this claim, they're not going to give that information out. They expect you to take those papers to the BLM and say, look, I'm already filed with the county. Well, and if they say, well, somebody just paid $200 for it to get that same claim, say, well, I'm sorry, I already filed with the county. BLM will sell it to you, right back to you, and then it comes to what they call a court dispute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is because when they go to the county's going to say, sorry, it's already claimed. They're going to go, what about my $200 in the BLM? Well, you take it up with them. Because the county oversees all BLM.
Now, this is a deep discussion, and it's getting late, so we're going to have to continue this next Wednesday.
Very interesting, though.
It's funny.
We're going to have to talk more claims next week, I think, because, this is getting deep, and we are running out of time.
We're going to do part 2.
Part 2 is what we're going to have to do. Part 2.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it. You know what? It's funny because I never get no callers in. What is wrong with you guys with the cell phone? You can't call somebody? But yeah, next week, man, if you guys got anything different to say, man, call back in. I'm willing to listen, but I know how
Yeah, we can
trust me.
get deeper into
I know how
this.
Arizona's run, and I hope it's like that everywhere else. But the county precedes things. Like I said, when you come into elected officials and stuff like that, that precedes the federal baloney.
Right. Well, that's what I said. Next week we're going to continue this discussion. There's a lot to this, a lot more than we have time for right now. So, Scott, thank you. Great job, my friend. And we will continue this next week for sure. We will pick up where you left off. And if anybody's got any questions, think about them and call in and give them to Scott next Wednesday.
Yeah, no, really, please.
He would love to answer them for you. So if you got any questions, call in because we'll continue.
He'd love to confuse you some more.
That's right.
I can do that.
I didn't confuse you. I'm just saying, go to the county first. Find out if the ground's open, and the county will say, you know what, I'm sorry, it's already claimed. The BLM will just say, take your money and say, oh, have a good day. There's a difference.
All right.
Do you want to go to a hometown restaurant, or do you want to go to McDonald's? That's pretty much what it is.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it at that. Hometown restaurant or McDonald's. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. I want to thank the guys and girls for being here tonight. Be sure to tune in Sunday night when our guest will be Roger Bendix from HandleUp.com. And
it's going to be an awesome show.
It's going to be a great show. So until Sunday, have a great rest of the week. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Gold Diggers. Happy Valentine's Day.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.